everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashika. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the books that I read in May. So in May, I read 5 books, 2 physical books and 3 ebooks. Out of these 5 books, I gave 5 stars for 2 books, 4 stars for 2 books, and 3 stars for 1 book. So I'm going to be talking about it from like the 3-star book. So 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. That's how I'm going to do this video. The 3-star book that I read is The Discomfort of Evening. So this book won the 2020 International Booker Prize, and it's a translation from Dutch, I think, I'm pretty sure. This book follows a girl and her family as they navigate through life after the death of one of her brothers. So he died in a tragic ice skating accident, and like the whole book is about how she and her family, like her father, mother, brother and sister, how they all deal with the death of that boy, and each one deals with it differently, but none of them deal with it in a very productive way. I don't know if that's a word to use, but they don't deal with it in a good way. So yeah, this book is about that. And what I liked about this book a lot is that the writing is very good. The writing is very impactful, and it can make you feel very uncomfortable with how things are. At the same time, what I disliked about the book is the fact that it is too graphic. It is very dark and too graphic for me. So all the descriptions, everything is a little much for my taste. And there's also graphic descriptions of child sexual abuse and animal abuse and all of that, which I found very uncomfortable, and it is not really the sort of book I enjoy. And that's why I gave this book 3 stars. Now let me talk about the first 4-star book that I gave. So the book is Qissa. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, I'm so sorry. But this is a short story collection by a group of Palestinian women. So it is set both in Palestine and outside Palestine. So it sort of gives you a glimpse of everyday life of Palestinians, both in and outside Palestine. There are a few stories that really stood out to me, and if you want a detailed review of the book, you can go check out my review. I've already done it, so I'll attach it in the description box. The second 4-star book that I read is Project Hail Mary. So this is a science fiction book about a man who wakes up in a room with 2 dead people. He doesn't know who he is, he can't remember where he is. He gradually gets his memories back, and he remembers that he is on a mission to save our planet Earth. Something is causing the sun's energy to deplete, which of course directly affects life on Earth. He's on a spaceship all alone, trying to find out a solution for this problem. The story is told in 2 timelines sort of. So one is like his current timeline where he is trying to find the solution, and the second one is when he gets his memories back. I really like both these timelines. Even though it's a 500-page book, like I read it very fast. That is always a good thing when you can't put down a book, right? But I did have a couple of problems with this book. The first one is whatever happened in the book, it just seemed very convenient. I didn't love that aspect. And the second one is our main character. Though our main character is a likable character most of the time, he doesn't really have a lot of character depth. I thought the writer could have done a better job with giving more personality and depth to his character. Now let me move on to the 2 books that I gave 5-star reviews for. So the first book is A Ladder to the Sky. So this follows a young man who desperately wants to be a successful writer, but the one problem is that he does not have talent for writing. What he does is, to compensate for the talent, he just leeches off other people. So he uses others to create his stories, and he is also ready to go to any extent to achieve his dream of becoming a successful writer. I made a non-spoiler review of this book, but I think it is better if you just go into it not knowing too much, because it's a very shocking book. But if you still want to watch a more elaborate review of it, you can check out my other video. The final book that I read, and the book that I gave 5 stars to, is The Beauty of Your Face. And this is probably my favorite book of this month, and maybe even this year, because it's a very, very, very well written book. It's a debut book again. It follows a Palestinian American woman who is the principal of an all-girls Muslim school in Chicago. One day, a shooter just walks into the campus and like starts shooting. This takes our main character back to her childhood. This book is split into two timelines. One is the active shooter timeline, and the other one is the timeline where our main character grows up in the US. So this is a very beautiful book that deals with family, relationships, friendships, discovering faith, and also everyday racism in the US and Islamophobia. I think it's a very important book to read. If you don't pick any other book in this list, I would recommend you picking this book up. So yeah, those were the 5 books that I read this month. I really had a good time reading these books. And May wasn't really a spectacular reading month or like a terrible reading month. It was somewhere in between. So I would love to hear what books you read in May and also what your favorite book of May was. Yeah, please let me know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed it, please consider subscribing. I will see you again with another video soon. Bye!